What's going on, everybody? How's it going? We're back with Darkrai. Again. We're real pals with old Darkrai here. Alright, where's my counter? Alright, 2001, chat. We're officially in the 2Ks, in the 2K for Darkrai. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know what that means, necessarily. Let's do, like, this song. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Oh, I didn't do the tweet from for Discord. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we'll be doing more Auras later this week. I've actually Pokemon games are just fun to play, even if like they're not even highly regarded Pokemon games in my book. I just enjoy playing them. So I've been eager to play more. We stopped outside of Watson. So next time we'll pick up and go challenge Watson. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with his like Magneton, but we'll figure it out. Also, I'll talk more about this when we play Auras again, but I looked up Skitty's moveset. And, wow. And here I thought I'd never see a Pokemon with a moveset as trash as Wormadam with X and Y. It's not good. It's really not good. It's really not good. Yeah, maybe because it had to be a loading zone, who knows? (2003). We're gonna quickly approach what year it is now. (2004). Oh, my sinuses like shifted in my face. Ow. Ow. We truly are out here. Skitty had normalized, but it's really a shame that it learns almost no decent normal types naturally leveling up. It is quite a bad Pokemon. It's very bad. It learns Play Rough at like 46. Because, you know, everybody definitely wants to have a Skitty until level 46. Some Pokemon movesets, they just don't care at all about. And when you spot one, you can absolutely tell. You can 100% tell. Its best, like, attack move coming up is, like, Feint Attack, which is not even... Oh, man. The good news about that, though, is that was back when Return and Frustration still existed, so at least, at the very least, I have Return on it, so... Return can go on it, so... Yeah, there's a live-action Minecraft movie and an animated series, yeah. I agree, Cacturn. Game Freak is definitely better about movesets today than they were a decade ago. You definitely notice that with the starters, too. Some Pokemon just completely feel like an afterthought, which sucks. Every Pokemon should have somebody sit down and design their moveset with care. And that is just not what happened. Or remember that stream, like, remember when we went over the list of all the Pokemon that can learn high horsepower? And only like 3 of those were actually horses? Stuff like that. Oof. Who are we oofing? Oh, Raikou? Oh, it's even worse in older gens. Yeah, definitely not all Pokemon are created equal. Most certainly that is the case, yeah. I mean, that's still reflected today to some extent. How some starters, like Rillaboom, are just so good. And then, honestly, I feel like Quaquaval, Skeledirge, and Meowscarada, like, nobody's as good as Rillaboom and Incin. They're such good, well-made Pokemon. And then you have the others. And then you have everyone else. Speaking of the early 2000s, chat, something interesting was found today. I posted about it in the Discord, and I was like blown away by this. We might be getting another Team Rocket set in the TCG after like well over a decade. The glory of Team Rocket has been trademarked for the TCG. I don't think it's been 20 years. It's been like since 2004, Chad. Not even like a joke. Some of you probably were not even alive when the last Team Rocket set came out. That is insane. It's like, I'm so happy to hear that, too, because the TCG is so boring right now. There is absolutely nothing going on in the TCG sets are all starting to feel like the same thing, so I fully welcome a return to Team Rocket. I don't know if this means like Team Rocket Slowbro or like Dark Feraligatr. I don't know which version they'd go with, but that would be super cool. Especially with the illustration rares. Imagine like dark, evil-looking Pokemon in the illustration rares. That would pop off. 2010. I mean, I was around for the OG Team Rocket set. That was a super fun set. All those old Team Rocket cards are so iconic. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Darkrai. We're hanging with Darkrai again tonight. We'll have more auras later this week. There were a few, like, Cynthia's Garchomp and stuff in Gen 4, and then I feel like maybe there was one during Gen 5? I don't know why they just dropped that entirely. Very strange. But like I said, hopefully that means we will get a new Team Rocket set. That'd be really cool. They also announced Terrastal Festival, which is like, yawn. Absolute snoozer on that one. Oh boy, Terrapagos. I mean, I feel like it's kind of unfair to pick a stone evolution, Justin. I mean, you're not wrong, but, like, it's a stone evolution. They don't learn anything. "2012. And Dark Pokemon would be so cool. The last Dark Pokemon we got was Sylveon in Celebrations, and that was the only one they made, I believe. I love how the first comment on this post by Poco Beach is some bozo that said Gen 1ers going crazy right now. Do Zoomers not like Team Rocket or something? Like, oh no, something unique and interesting that the TCG hasn't seen in like 20 years. The Gen 1ers must be going crazy. What a odd thing to say. And then they follow that up with, kind of weird, it's likely the first set of the year not related to Legends AZ. Wonder if its release date is even later than January 2025. Yeah, it's a real humdinger mystery. They didn't say it was gonna be released in January. PLA was released in January, like, during COVID. People are dumb as fuck, dude. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to this. Like, you're so close, you're almost there. I like the one person that said, okay, now this is epic. I mean, who doesn't like the rocket cards and like the dark Pokemon cards? I don't... Okay. Hello, hello. Was there something else I wanted to talk about? I can't remember. I think Summer Game Fest is this week, but all week Jeff Keighley has been like, don't expect anything. This entire week Jeff Keighley has been like, alright guys, don't get your hopes too high. Jeff, what are you talking about, my guy? Jeff, what are you talking about? 2016. Was 2016 the year of all the clown hoaxes? Yeah, it's like, I wonder why there's no games, Jeff. What could have happened to all the studios that are making all these games, Jeff? What's going on, Jeff? It's a real mystery. I can't figure that one out. Damn it. A mess of cables. I know, Justin, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, imagine being somebody who, like, paid to go there, and Jeff has been spending the whole week being like, hey guys, don't get your hopes too high. I mean, sure, there's games coming out all the time, but a lot of people don't have small indie titles on their radar. A lot of indies people don't even learn about unless they, like, blow up. I think PLZA is not coming out as early as some people think it will. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be like January, February, or March, you know? Hey, thanks for the raid. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Jeff even said, like, there's not even, like, a one more game reveal, so... I feel like he's telling the truth. I don't know, I've seen a lot of, like, Kingdom Hearts 4 fans coping, thinking that he's a lion, he's being a sly liar, but I don't know. Definitely don't go into Summer Game Fest thinking it's gonna blow your gamer socks off, is all I'm saying. What's up, everybody? I am shiny hunting Darkrai. I mean, again, if Game Freak was gonna actually change their whole fundamentals about Pokemon games, it'd be nice if they had things take longer. It'd be nice if they could give us, like, a mystery dungeon or, like, a little side game, a little appy before the main course. Yeah, they kind of brought out that they did that Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer and then kind of vanished off the face of the earth. I mean, he was asked about it, so they must think it could show up at one of these gaming events. $2021. That mobile card opening game hasn't even gotten a date yet. We don't even know when that's coming out, and we're in June. Chat, I have already seen TikToks of Halloween stuff in stores. Like, they're already putting Halloween stuff out. I don't know what's going on. This year has barely existed. Help. Kingdom Hearts 1/8 and 3/4 3.5 remastered remix version 5. Yeah, I'm gonna be 82 tomorrow. and then 99. And then just a pile of dust. Yeah, it's like, it's barely June. That's crazy. Nintendo has, of course, not given us a date for their Direct, which is sometime this month. I would not really expect a whole lot from that either. Yeah, it's usually a Tuesday, right? So the 11th or the 18th, maybe. 25th, if they want to really make us wait. What are some realistic possible announcements? That's a great question, Cacturn. In my heart of hearts, I would love to believe Pikmin 4 DLC would happen. Miyamoto, please. Miyamoto, please, give me Pikmin 4 DLC. Besides that, gosh, I don't know. What could they announce, chat? 2024. In the year of 2024, Darkrai will be not shiny. I mean, didn't Square just say they're gonna look away? They're gonna go away from being solely on Sony because their last few big budget games haven't done super well? Metroid Prime 4. Oh man, Dynamax music? Ugh, just got sickening flashbacks. Martin just went for entrainment on his Dedenne. 2025. Yeah, what's gonna be their big holiday release, chat, before next year? What's the game they want everyone to buy for Christmas? I wish they would do another Pokemon Orchestra. They're so much fun. F-Zero. I have no idea. Yeah, maybe like a 2D Or wouldn't it's hard to be like, we'll just put it on the Switch too. Yeah, a Zelda port maybe? Or a 2D Zelda remake? Yeah, they have been cranking out Mario games. That's very true. Yeah, Galaxy, I saw that. A TP port ready to go. Yeah, but Nintendo's gonna charge $60 for it. Their Zelda ports of games that are like over a decade old are always way too much money. What's up, Dragon? Yeah, new Yoshi game, maybe? Yeah, they haven't done anything with Captain Toad lately. That's a good one. What's the last time like, a Yoshi game came out? I don't even remember. I've never really felt compelled to play any of the Yoshi games. They seem like they're aimed towards young children. It was a solid 5 out of 10. We're theorizing on what Nintendo could possibly announce in the Direct this month. A Zelda version of 3D All-Stars? Why did they make that so limited? Every now and then Nintendo makes a decision that's like... Why did they make that so limited and then they left out Galaxy 2? Every day I wake up. Why did they do that? Majora. A new 2D Zelda game. Are we thinking like a new 2D Zelda game or a remake of an old one? Like Oracle or something like that. A new 2D Zelda. So like a Link Between Worlds. Howdy, howdy. Triforce Heroes port. You know, I would not count that completely out. That's what's insane. Man, I feel like it'll be a cold day in Giratina's Distortion World if they ever acknowledge Colosseum and Gale of Darkness. A new Fire Emblem game. Yeah, they crank those out all the time. That would not surprise me, honestly. I already saw that there were people talking about, like, Splatoon 5. Ugh. Can't wait for the Switch 2 to have Splatoon 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I feel like after everything they did with Mario Kart 8, it's gonna be a long, long time before we get a new Mario Kart. I would like a new one, though. It should be a one console per franchise. I don't know what is possessing them to crank out 5 million Splatoon games. Yeah, I mean, money, of course. The answer is money. I don't know, it's just such a bummer that they're just turbo churning out games like that, but like, where's Star Fox? Where's Donkey Kong? Do you remember Star Fox, Miyamoto? It's like Splatoon 5 has Blungy and Squirbo, the new Squid Idol girls again. Ice Climbers 2. Man, you know what game I would love, chat? A new Kid Icarus. What is Sakurai up to these days? I would love a new Kid Icarus game. Oh, you seen his hands. I mean, honestly, if Sakurai retired tomorrow, that would be 100% appropriate, and I would be happy for the guy. Yeah, I would be like, you know what? That is earned. That is earned. Earthbound or Mother 3, and you guys think I'm dreaming? Mother 3 and I'm the one that's dreaming? Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Those are extremely charming games. They've inspired a lot of very excellent modern games, like Undertale, of course. Or Deltarune. Still waiting for the next chapters of Deltarune. How is Earthbound overrated? We started Oraz on Sunday. We got all the way up to Watson, so we'll be back later this week with more Oraz. I remember playing through Smash 64 and having no idea who, like, Ness was. And never being able to use the character competently at all. And then when they added Lucas, I was like, this is another little boy who I don't know who this is. Being introduced to characters through Smash, man. I remember being like, seeing like Marth and Roy speaking Japanese and being like, whoa. I have no idea who these guys are. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Cacturn, I agree. I did not care for Ultimate that much. Game & Watch was a real care, yeah. Yeah, Smash has quite a few of those. Imagine having no idea who the Wii Fit lady is. Yeah, Captain Falcon was another character I had no idea. Is this Mr. Pokemon Hops music? This is a great song. Yeah, Rob is another one, yeah. Rob was in Mario Kart DS. I actually liked playing with Rob in Mario Kart DS because I thought he was a funny little guy. I miss that, like, 80s retro future robot aesthetic that was around back then. All the little robots had, like, big eyes, very cutesy, and barely functioned and did anything because it was the 80s. Yeah, Mario Kart DS rules. I've liked every handheld Mario Kart game. Super Circuit's one of my favorites. Really ugly? What do you mean ugly? How many Pokemon games have Battle Frontiers? Emerald, Platinum. This is such a good song. In the year 2040, Darkrai will be not shiny. Yeah, I remember Mario Kart DS having some really pretty levels. How many tracks does Switch Mario Kart have? Like a billion. $96. Oh my goodness. What if they just port that again to the Switch 2? They could do the same thing with Smash Ultimate. The official name for it? We don't know. They have not revealed much of anything about it. We are all purely speculating. Oh yeah, I mean, I agree, Cacturn. I don't need them to just regurgitate Wii U games that didn't sell well onto another console. I mean, personally, my dream is Double Dash 2, but... I'm kind of like over the whole gravity thing that 8 has. Like, it's like, okay, uh-huh. Nobody would buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe plus. Yeah, Nintendo basically just randomly put out a tweet that was like, we're working on the successor to the Switch. We're gonna have a direct in June. We'll let you know more details later. Okay, bye. So there you go, you're up to date. You're fully up to date. And then Pokemon has been even more AWOL lately. We have no news of any sort. And basically the only time we know that we're probably going to get another trailer is in Worlds, which is August. So still several months away. Oh, they're actually, I forgot to link, I was gonna link this in Discord and I forgot. They put out a cute little, they've done a few of these. They're like 3D animated shorts. Where is it? Here it is. It's called Bubble Beam Berry Blast. That sounds like a soda collaboration. But it's just a cute little short with Greninja, Palafin, Piplup, and Quaxly. They must like Quaxly. Quaxly's in all of those. It is pretty cute. Yeah, I'll probably do the Outbreak event this week, even though I have all three of those shiny. All three of those are fairly easy shinies to get, too. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Finneason is a really easy hunt, chat. If you don't have Finneason, definitely pick it up this week. It's easy to spot. It will be a breeze. It's purple. It's a purple dolphin. You'll be able to spot it without any problems. I can't even remember the full lineup of the Outbreak event right now. Lotad and Horsey. Finneason, Lotad, and Horsey. Somebody commented, I wish the game was playable in water. Me too. Same. And then somebody just comments skill issue. No, I don't think you know what a skill issue is. Level 41, Team Instinct, High Plains Pogo player, Pokemon Unite. Lamau. Lol even. Wish the game was playable on land. I don't know how you could play through SV, go in the water, and say it's a skill issue. That's crazy. So I think they have a chance of getting the kindly mark, so it's not a boosted shiny event. President AI videos. Hope they don't ruin Gen 10. You and me both. We still have a ways to go until we get there, I think. Hopefully. Area 0 is one of my least favorite places to be. The lighting there is certainly a choice. I mean, like we said, like I said before, I don't think we're gonna get PLZA until, maybe not well into 2025? I don't know. It's not gonna be early. Like, I don't think it's gonna be January. Vol of Gen I is definitely a choice. That is also true. Yeah, keep in mind that, and of course, grain of salt with all these leakers. Riddler said that we're not even gonna, that the next Pokemon Day Presents is gonna be all about PLZA. Which, I have no idea how you would know, how you would learn that information. But Pokemon Day is end of February. I feel like that lines up, though. I don't know. Yeah, I would like a gameplay trailer. I agree. If this game really does just take place in one city, how is that gonna look? Yeah, honestly, you gotta think about the fiscal year, exactly. You gotta go check what the fiscal year is. Wasn't that from a tweet, too? Like, the official Nintendo Twitter tweeted that out. That wasn't even, like, in the trailer? That trailer gave us so little. It's kind of crazy. PLZA speed made by Ilka. I was so scared of their name popping up in that Pokemon Presents. I was one fear. One fear. Maybe at Worlds, they're going to announce the release date of the pack opening serotonin simulator. And that will be like fall, winter. You think Game Freak is committed to them? Well, I mean, who gave Ilka all the instructions on what to do with these games? Game Freak. I sincerely doubt they were just like, alright, go remake BDSP, or go remake Diamond and Pearl, make BDSP, and let them fly free. Pokemon Master Duel. Who said they'll start talking about PLZA at the end of the year? Is August the end of the year? I mean, I'll give Game Freak this. It's very hard to predict when they release stuff like that, trailers and the like, outside of Pokemon Day and Worlds. Some people believe ZA will change Pokemon games forever or will kill Pokemon for good. I don't think Pokemon can ever die, truthfully. I mean, look at the sales numbers for this exact game. Also, we know so little about it. That's such a, like, a wild thing to say. It's been kind of interesting to me watching so many people come out and be like, PLA was dog shit, actually. Like, I think PLA has a lot of flaws, but it's been kind of interesting seeing so many people be very upset that they're making another Legends game. Will always rise back up, indeed. I mean, that, cold businessman that does all the presents, the Japanese businessman, what's his- I can never remember his name. One of these days I'll remember his name. But he like, had an interview where he was talking about the strength of the brand long after, like, we're all dead. So that is actively something Game Freak considers. Pokemon will exist until the heat death of the planet. It is very dystopian, yes. I found it a very off-putting interview and very reflective of their current games. No, it's not Ishihara. It's the younger guy. I think his first name is like Takato. I can't remember his full name. He's got like the salt and pepper hair. Always has a nice suit. Yeah, I think he wears glasses. It's been so long since we've seen any of those people. The Pokemon Presents feels like it was forever ago. He's like, he has like a big fancy job title. And honestly, not a lot of not a lot of charisma on screen, so I don't know why they picked that guy. Hello, thanks for the good luck. Yes, that guy, what Tyler just posted. Utsunomiya? The idea of them making Pokemon after I'm dead is so unsettling. Yeah, it 100% is, and it's true. The thing is that that's just reality. As fucked up as that is to think about. Yeah, think about, when there's like 3,000 Pokemon. BDSP 2. $20.60. You don't want to. Are you gonna be shiny hunting in your 80s? Hooked into the. Yeah, they're gonna put our brains in the contraption so we can have Pokemon forever. Remakes of the remakes. Yeah, think about how many versions of Gen 1 that will be 100 years from now. Whoops. 80-year-old you find shiny Deoxys in Fire Red Leaf Green. You just had to be there. We're playing the Dynamax theme again. I have over 400 songs on this playlist, and yet YouTube's shuffle feature is very bad. That game was my childhood. That game, I grew up with that game. It was my childhood. Yeah, just wait until the kids that this is their first Pokemon game, they're old enough to start posting video essays on YouTube. Pokemon Shiny and Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond are underrated gems, and here's why. And here's why. I mean, honestly, Red Letter Media put out a video the other day discussing, like, the death of cinema. And how a lot of young people just don't care about movies anymore. Things like, you know, video games and TikTok, whatever. Kids these days have kind of taken over, and movies have just been devalued. I don't know, it's all just kind of interesting. Because, like, a lot of this stuff is not that old. Like, video games have not been around that long. What are video games gonna look like, you know, in 20, 30 years? Do I think Nintendo will ever stop taking down fan games? No. Those lawyers are locked in forever. Yeah, like how movies used to be like big events, like Jurassic Park, all the Star Wars movies, you know, insert big blockbuster here, and how outside of a few exceptions, it's not something that the culture really cares about anymore. Every movie right now is bombing. I thought Garfield would do okay, but, like, I guess not. I mean, honestly, the more I think about it, what do kids care? What do kids care about Garfield? They probably would have had more success if they made it more towards all the millennials that obsessively collect Garfield. Madam Web. I've always liked Garfield, but I have no interest in the Kitty Illumination Slopfest movie about Garfield's deadbeat dad that he, like, learns to forgive. Of all the plots for Garfield, they went with that. Like, okay. With, like, the most boring celebrity voice cast you can imagine. A Roblox movie? Hey, I could see that happening. They want to get Gen Alpha's butts in seats. Make a Roblox. The first Skibbity Toilet movie. I'm so curious how the Minecraft movie is gonna, like, even look. When I try to visualize in my mind what the Minecraft movie is even gonna look like, there's just nothing there. Like, I can't do it. Oh yeah, Despicable Me 4 is coming out. Well, kids like the Minions, so I'm sure that will make more money than Garfield. They are still making Minion movies, yes. Was Garfield's dad even in the comics? I don't think so. Like, Garfield has always had parents, but he's never had, like, a weird deadbeat dad in the comics. It's very strange. I don't think John and Garfield even, like, interact for the most part in the movie outside of the intro. Like, that's the best part of Garfield. John and Garfield's relationship. How do you not get it? How do you misunderstand? How do you misunderstand the source material this much? Also, Garfield is supposed to be, like, you know, kind of sassy, rude, cynical, and like he's playing, like, the straight man. I don't know. Again, how do we, I don't know how we misunderstand the source material that much. The best Garfield-related thing is, the game where you explore the haunted house and you, like, find branded donuts. That's the best Garfield-related thing ever made. Oh, CGI live-action Garfield. I saw that in theaters. They made a sequel, too. The Tale of Two Kitties. Where Garfield has, like, a royal look-alike. Shout out to that movie. What's up, everybody? Alright, 2071. Talking cat movie? There were a lot of those in the 2000s. You have to be more specific than that. Is that Beta Whooper? It is. Wasn't there one where, like, Tim Allen turns into a dog? It looked like a nightmare. Man, they just don't make them like that anymore. They just don't make them like that anymore. Here's a real question for you, chat. Do you think the Borderlands movie is gonna make any money? Is that movie gonna make money, or is it going to flop? Comes out in August, apparently. Hunt and Gibble, nice. It's a good Pokemon there. All I'm saying, Chad, is be ready for, like, tons of video game movie IP things coming out. Because Mario made $1 billion. After that movie made $1 billion, you could, like, hear the executives, like, rubbing their hands together, dollar signs in their eyes. You know, one of the best reviewed video game movies is still Detective Pikachu. I saw a really funny tweet that was like, how much of a deadbeat was Ryan Reynolds in Detective Pikachu if his kid didn't recognize his voice and his mannerisms? Somebody said, well, it's because he just hears Pika Pika. But I was like, I still think that's really funny. But yeah, that legitimately is one of the best reviewed video game movies, Detective Pikachu. Probably one of the biggest video game movies that most people probably didn't even play the game. Have you never seen Detective Pikachu Midnight? Detective Pikachu has canonically had sex, yes. It's a father-son story. Where Ryan Reynolds doesn't look anything like his kid. Yeah, that guy is also in, like, the Dungeons and Dragons movie, I think. The old the Pokemon anime movies. Man, if you want to go see something, if you want to go look up like Pokemon movies that have awful reviews, all those anime movies have. It's just something very funny thinking about some old film critic having to go sit and watch Pokemon 2000. His favorite is Totodile. A man of taste? Is it like Dakota Johnson lying throughout all of her press tour that she loves Marvel movies? That's a really funny lady. Extremely chaotic energy, just lying for fun. Yeah, Ed Sheeran has several old tweets back during like Gen 5 that he loved Pokemon. 50 Shades of Lies. Oh man, her press circuit for Madame Web was truly something. Do you think they'll ever have a song like Celestial for a Pokemon game again? That was so... I'm still baffled by that to this day. Just such a weird... Did they look at the games and were like, wow, this is terrible. Let's go hire a celebrity to give us a fun song. What? I would just love to know what got that ball rolling. Is that really the story? Ed Sheeran also voiced a Pikachu in the anime recently. Fun fact. Or depending on who you ask, maybe that's not a fun fact. Maybe that's not a fun fact, actually. Ed Sheeran. Yeah, could celebrities just pull up to Game Freak's HQ? I met people from Pokemon when I was traveling in Japan and we joked about me writing a song for them. Wow. Ariana Grande loved Let's Go. Would have much preferred her. I mean, I would have preferred a song that just would not get me copyright claimed, TBH. Definitely don't love that. Nothing like having to mute the credits because it would have gotten me flagged. Yeah, did he just like pull up and knock on their door and be like, hey guys, it's me, Ed Sheeran. Oh man. How did that happen? In the tall grass. Pokemon had, like, around the time that anniversary album came out with Katy Perry and, like, I want to say they were doing, like, a series on their YouTube channel where they just had, like, a bunch of celebrities talking about Pokemon, and there was, like, a few athletes, like Richard Sherman and a few other people like that. Talk about another thing that I constantly, like, what was that anniversary album, like? I don't know what was going on with that. The 1% Surskit encounter. The legendary Surskit. The only song on that album that, like, invoked Pokemon music was the Post Malone song, right? Pokemon Scarlet claims that Larvesta is extremely rare in the desert. I don't think there's a single rare Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. You could just find Scizor chillin', you can find any Pokemon you want, just... You don't even have to look that hard. I can't even remember the other artists. It was Katy Perry, Post Malone, and that's all I can remember from that anniversary album. And, like, Katy Perry's song was called, like, Electric, so you could be like, sure, it's about Pikachu. But it didn't really have any overly, like, Pokemon references or anything in it, so... Hello. Almost 100 resets in, yeehaw. I know Britney Spears' kids liked, like, Dragon Ball. Would not surprise me if her kids liked Pokemon. I mean, if you're the child of, like, somebody who's extremely wealthy, what do you do all day? Watch TV? Play games? What else is there to do? If they ever got the weekend for a Pokemon song, that would be crazy. I know Abel likes Zelda. Pokemon OST. I mean, honestly, the best Pokemon album, besides the Pokemon Christmas Bash, it's a truly legendary, iconic album. It's probably, like, the Pokemon first movie album. And, like, Christina Aguilera on it. A Team Plasma propaganda song. P-O-K-E-M-O-N, Pokemon! Why didn't anybody at Game Freak look at the cutscene in Pokemon Sword and Shield with Pierce squeaking his shoes on the floor and no sound coming out of his mouth and be like, maybe we should get an artist for this? I mean, what's wrong with dancing naked on Instagram all day? Let her live her life. She's been through a lot. That lady's been through a lot. Jeez. P-O-K-E-M-O-N. I mean, oh man. It's such a simple, good little song all the way back in Gen 5, and they couldn't do anything for... Pierce's nothingness in Sword and Shield. That is a great contender for worst cutscene in the entire franchise, by the way. Actually, Sword and Shield has quite a few of them if I think about it. You know what? If I think about it, Sword and Shield has a few of those. Like, Zacian and Zamazenta in their funny little turning in plate. How did they release that? Oh my god. How did they put that out there? What's up, everybody coming in? We're shiny hunting Darkrai again. Worse than where the Sun and Moon character doesn't even react or emote. Oh, we could probably pick a few good ones from Sun and Moon, too. What's the dog doing? Yeah, your character in Sun and Moon just has a slight smile on their face in every cutscene. Here's the thing that gets me. If they had just had anybody who had any sort of directorial, like, perspective, there's ways you could cut around these awkward animations. But they just don't. So they show them, and they're very silly. I mean, I don't play Masters, so I don't know. Masters at least has voice acting. Sword Shield were the first new generation we got to play on an HD system, and boy can you tell. And boy howdy can you tell. Yeah, the 3DS. Definitely not, I mean, those games can look pretty good in Citra, but yeah. Again, I'm telling you, chat, Gen 7 could benefit so much from being more open world and better pacing issues. We could be cooking. If PLA had come out in 2019 instead of Sword and Shield. Yeah, it's hard to even think about that. Honestly, Pokemon doesn't have tons of, like, cutscenes. Outside of some of the more, the modern ones, most Pokemon games have very few cutscenes, if any at all. There's, like, a few in, like, Emerald when they do the shot of Groudon and Kyogre fighting, or stuff like that. I'll never get over how linear Gen 8 is. It is so linear. And just little. Routes are tiny, towns are small. I want to replay through Sword and Shield again soon, chat. Obviously, I play Sword Shield a ton for Dynamax Adventures, but I'd like to play through the story aspect of it again and refresh my memory. I mean, playing through Oraz on Sunday, and again, we'll be playing more of this, the tail end of this week, chat. I cannot believe that they made Oraz more linear. Taking away your choices of going to go get the grunts, or going to go talk to Steven before Brawly. Like, wow. My face when they take away your options. You could honestly end that sentence, Cacturn, at what a disappointing direction for Marnie, and you would be correct. I mean, they did it because Oraz has had tons of hand-holding tutorials. They think the players are dumb as hell. They made it more linear because they don't want players to get quote-unquote lost. Making their games dumber for little babies. Team Yell was such a, like... Team Yell felt like they were checking off a box on their, like, contractual obligations for every Pokemon game. They've tried to make Team Skull twice in 2 gens now. I mean, think about that. Team Yell was definitely, like, Diet Team Skull and Team Star a bunch of misunderstood weirdos, misbehaving kids. They've tried to recreate Team Skull twice in 2 gens, back to back. Stop trying to make Team Skull happen. You guys already made Team Skull. You don't want a generic Mafia team again because it'd be lame. I mean, I feel like they could go a million different directions with bad guys in a Pokemon game. They don't have to necessarily make Team Rocket 2. But I'm also super sick of, like, they're just misunderstood, you guys. You guys, they're just misunderstood. Your grandma's depression. The real villain is Grandma's depression. It was Gram the whole time. Didn't Drake just put out a Hey There Delilah cover, which is quite possibly one of the worst fucking songs to ever exist? Disgusting. Legitimately the worst song of all time. And they still play it. They still play it at grocery stores. They still play it at haircut places. They still play it all over the place. It's like this. I'm gonna go back in time and eliminate the plain white tees from ever existing. Can't take it. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like? Ugh. Gives me rage. A time traveling team? I mean, there was time travel in Scarlet Violet. They should bring back Rainbow Rocket? Why? That story was lame as hell. Here's a bunch of old team guys. You remember Lysander and Archie and Maxie. Well, go through a bunch of Team Rocket floor puzzles, battle them, and then leave. I've always thought that too, character in a Pokemon that's legitimately, like, evil. Or maybe like a force of nature. Don't ask me, Justin. I have no idea. I don't listen to that guy's music. Yeah, Eternatus definitely could have been a neat force of nature Pokemon, but then they were like, Chairman Rose has to do this right now. For some reason. Yeah, you're probably right, Midnight, honestly. Which is funny, because there's like an episode of the anime where Malamar is like actually evil. The Mochi Pokemon was kind of malicious. Oh, Pecharunt? Yeah. Yeah, you remember the Malamar episode? That was crazy. Pecharunt is misunderstood. He just wanted a family. Yeah, Pecharunt is definitely malicious, selfish. I really wish the Loyal 3 had more than like 5 minutes of screen time, chat. I really wish that the lousy 3 had more than like 1, 2, 3 scenes. Video pause. Continue watching. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah, the Loyal 3 are all legendaries, but they're not, like, great. I've seen a few people try to use Dogi in VGC. I don't think it's ever won any events. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chairman Rose sucks. It's really funny that they introduced his brother in Crown Tundra, who was just 100% more likable. And then we got Penny in this gen. They just announced a new Penny card where she's like sitting at her computer with her hood up and she's like hacker mode, and it's really funny. It's very funny. It's like hacker voice, I'm in vibes. Knowing Penny's related to one of the most mid characters in the entire franchise makes you sad. I mean, probably every Pokemon character has some stans. I've had people in here take up the sword and shield to defend characters, nothing burger characters like Diantha, so it doesn't surprise me that people are shooters for Chairman Rose. That is such an obnoxious copy pasta, Justin. That is such an obnoxious copy pasta. Yeah, Pheasantipity. I mean, Ogerpon's really good. Ogerpon is extremely good. Which makes it even funnier that the loyal three are just all terrible. Ensign actually got outdone by Rillaboom. Rillaboom was at like 50% usage versus Ensign, which was like 48 or 49% at the special VGC event they had recently. People are so mean. I always like to read the comments on the VODs, because I hate myself, I guess. But people were like, the guy that won, they were like, he just got so lucky. He only won because he got lucky. That would feel so bad. I mean, no matter how much it's true, it's like, imagine going and looking after you won and everybody was like, you only won because you got lucky. Yeah, I love Ogerpon. Legitimately one of my favorite legendaries in a long time. Yeah, so Rillaboom is especially valuable now because people realize you can bring it in to cancel out Miraidon's electric terrain. So you bring in the Rillaboom and get rid of the terrain. And it makes Mirai a lot less strong. Yeah, Libero Cinderace. A few people have been bringing Lunala. It's fun to try to see Lunala. Every time somebody has a Lunala, I root for Lunala. Libido. What is Libero even? Is that like a... I don't know what that even means. They should have just called it Protean. Because that's what it is. Protean... But it's not frog. Oh, it's just a soccer position. That's not fun. That's not as fun. That's what they do there. They play the soccer. They play the football. They play the sports ball. And again, people were bringing, like, Mian Chao, which is kind of neat. Because Wide Guard is really useful against both horses. Both Cali horses that have spread moves. NAIC is this week, I think. I think they already put up the premiere. Yeah, it starts on the 7th. It's the 7th, which is Friday. It's in New Orleans. Interesting. I didn't realize it was also a term in volleyball. What was the Protean nerf? I can't remember. None of the Gen 9 starters have ever really... Well, maybe in, like, the first format. I can't even remember. None of them have ever really done much in VGC, to my knowledge. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Only activates once now instead of limitless. I feel they just keep making the water starter like the worst one. I need the Gen 10 water starter to pop off. Teleon was never that great. Nobody's bringing Quaquaval anywhere. Did I really pick Pearl over Diamond? Yes. I almost always go for the red equivalent. What's wrong with Palkia? Honestly, I probably like Palkia and Dialga very equally. I like both of them. The only time I went with the blue version, quote unquote, is X. I went with X over Y. And then some gens don't apply, like black and white. I usually go for the one that is the the one that most people... How do I... My brain just, like, faltered. I go for the lesser popular title, typically. Yeah, I go for the underdog title. There's a few instances, though, like Sun and Moon, where I just legitimately very much love Solgaleo and Lunala, so... White is red, black is blue. Well, hey, I went with white, so... We could have had cool Palkia and Dialga forms, chat. We could have. We didn't. We didn't get that, but like, we could have. Popping out. Good night. Have a good one. That is one thing that I like about PLA and PLZA. It's just one game. There's no goofy... Because again, I've had people legitimately mad that I didn't, like, love Violet's like, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, Scarlet, Team Scarlet. And somebody got legitimately upset. I'm glad there's just one game. No exclusives, no weird infighting, no, none of that. Hopefully they bring back the trade cable, one of the best items. '21, '23, '24. Yeah, red, golds. I had gold, silver, and crystal. I had all three. But I do remember gold more. Ruby, pearl, white. I think I did I do white too or black too? I can't remember. And then X, Sun, Shield, Scarlet. They put all the good paradoxes in Scarlet. That's what I'm saying. You could buy ZA or AZ. Don't say that. Don't bring that evil here. Yeah, I agree. I like bundle. Iron Hands is neat. But I think pigeonholing them all as into being just kind of very similar feeling robots is very boring. a unique seed so that every copy is a unique version. That's such a cool idea. That is such a fun idea. That's a real shame that that didn't pan out. Well, if you get a bad seed, you can reset. What if you get a good seed, though? Making me think of, like, Zooter. Gonna go check the water temple. The boss key to the spirit temple's gotta be in there. So a seed, how do I describe what a seed is? Speedrunners use certain Pokemon seeds. It's basically just like the thing that determines your RNG. Yeah, and it would determine, like... I mean, that's what it does in real Pokemon games. But from what it sounds like, it could have determined, like, what Pokemon would spawn, where, how rare would they be, etc. Like, maybe copy B, you would get Pidgey, and then in copy... So copy A would get Pidgey, and then copy B would get, like, Spearow. I saw a Twitter thread that was like, Kilowattrel's the worst regional bird. Which, like, I almost would agree with if Unpheasant didn't exist. But people were... It's so funny how mad people get over Pokemon opinions. Nothing brings out, like, the pitchforks more than hot Pokemon takes. But the amount of people that were, like, dumping on Pidgeot... it's gotta be the Zoomers, chat. They're like, oh, actually, Pidgeot. Like, Pidgeot's cool. I could not believe the amount of people that were dumping on my boy Pidgeot. And there were a few people that were like, what about Firo? Get behind me, Firo. Let me draw my sword. Yeah, it's just, like, so tiresome. Pidgeot is a neat... Like, they always gotta hate the OGs, dude. Yeah, Unpheasant is literally right there. If somebody was like, Unpheasant has, like, the vibes, though. It's like... The vibes of what? Being ugly as shit? Being boring as hell? Just looking like a real animal? Where's the whimsy? Where's the fun in that? Pokemon, but they're just regular animals. It's not a fantasy series. Somebody, like, posted art of it, too. They're like, it's so dumb, and it was, like, cool art. Like, what's wrong with Pidgeot? Somebody did say it had an underwhelming Mega Evolution, which I would agree with. I don't completely disagree with that one, but... that's crazy to think Pidgeot is the worst. I looked up Kilowattrel to find the thread, and somebody said Kilowattrel's easy, top 5 Pokemon in this gen, leave it alone, and then right below it, Kilowattrel is honestly the most mediocre Gen 9 design. We truly do live in a society. We truly do. Which gen of Pokemon had the worst Pokemon designs? It is definitely not 9. That's a hard question. I can think of like 3 gens that have a lot of stinkers. Eight? Like 8 has Arrokuda and Barraskewda. Like, no. Choodle, Dreadnought. Silcobra, Colossal. I would not say most. Gen 5 does have some stinkers. I think Gen 4 has a good amount of bland Pokemon. That's the thing, most gens are kind of a mixed bag. Yeah, Saiyan 3 is actually crazy. Like, I could maybe give you, like, Love Disc. But Gen 3 is some of the greatest Pokemon of all time. Oh, opinion immediately discarded. The starters of Gen 3 are great. Give me a break, dude. Imagine saying that and being a big Sinnoh stan, lol. I'm telling you, chat, Sinnoh stans have severe brain poisoning. There's just something not quite right. Empoleon is one of the ugliest dogshit Pokemon of all time. I was thinking about this the other day. If I made like a top 10 least favorite Pokemon list, I would put that one on there just for the delicious spite. Ugly fat fuck penguin. What's crazy is that I like Piplup. I like every first stage starter to some degree. It's when they start to evolve that you lose me. It's when they start to evolve, you kinda lose me. I should do another stream where I just do a tier list again. That's always fun. I did one for shinies. Well, that was like a favorites list, actually. That wasn't quite a tier list. Is it dog shit take hour in my chat right now? Alright, we're inching towards 2,200. 21, 38. Torterra, Empoleon, and Fernape. And Fernape is one of those Pokemon that's loved by, like, a lot of annoying people. I don't know. It's fine. Yep. That's exactly the type of people that flock towards that Pokemon. You'd see a big overlap with the crowd that's like, I'm not buying this game unless there's Mega Evolutions. I am not buying this game unless they make Mega Evolutions again. I disagree with all of those, except for maybe, like... I don't know if I love the Snorunt line, TBH. Also, Aggron is far more interesting than Rhydon is. That's one of Gen 3's best qualities about it. It has so many Pokemon that have that are full 3 stages. Hate Aggron, but think Sinnoh is a interesting region, lol. I mean, Pokemon always sticks to its usual archetypes. That's why things like Gigalith exists, and Colossal, and all of the millions of bird and fish Pokemon we have. I honestly don't even think Luvdisc is that bad, especially compared to a lot of modern fish Pokemon. Not every Pokemon has to be, like... You could just have some one-offs. Like, it... I don't know why people approach, like, the entire dex as, like, everything has to be meaningful. It's fine to have some one-off or two-off stage Pokemon. Like, they introduced Luvdisc for heart scales, which is fine. It's got a good shiny. I feel like Alola Momola is worse. Because it feels so redundant. Yeah, that's Luvdisc's job, correct. It clocks in every day to do heart scale technology. Oh, so the worst set of starters is 8. That I'm quite certain on. I don't have to think about that one. Hate disc. That would actually be really funny, Justin. Like, I know you're joking, but if they did like an angel and a devil version of Love Disc, that would actually be really funny. That would be very funny. Huntail and Gorbis are pure water. I mean, welcome to almost every fish Pokemon ever. Boring type combos plague every gen. Normal flying, pure water. It's bad out there. I mean, 5 are not my favorite starters either, but 8 is just no thanks. I don't think it does, Cacturne. That's why I'm saying Gen 9 has more... Like, we got our first Fire Grass, we got our first Poison Steel. Like, there's still a few whatevers, but... Oh yeah, don't get me started on the starter. Like, Ghost, Fighting, and Dark are all boring. I don't need them to use those for any other starters for, like, another 5 years. It is... Those are so redundant. The typings are so... Why do people hate Flamigo so much? What does Flamigo do so wrong that other bird Pokemon, it's suddenly okay? Nobody ever brings up Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly is a funny fella. I would take Flamigo over Kilowattrel and Wattrel. Let me look at the decks real quick. Okay, Gen 9 Pokemon that I'm not a big fan of. Let's see. Oinkologne. I don't love Meowscarada. I'll be honest. It's not... I think it's a pretty boring interpretation. I would have much preferred some of the fan art I saw before it was revealed that it's going to be bipedal, because of course. Where it was like a jungle cat. I think Meowscarada's mask is honestly kind of ugly. It's like, it sure is another bipedal furry cat starter. Didn't have that already. Oinkologne is definitely... I'll never forget how people were gassing up Lechonk. Everybody was like, oh, Lechonk. Can't wait to use Lechonk. Knowing deep down that it was gonna get an ugly-ass evolution. And what do you know? Let's see. Spidops? I don't really like... Man. I don't really like any of these bugs, TBH. I don't think they were bringing their best. Oh my god, speaking of Rabsca, chat. Holy shit. Did you know that Rabsca has a baby? Did you know that Rabsca has baby on board? Did you know that it is with child? Let me show you. So they just released Dreamworld art of the Gen 9 Pokemon. And I saw this and I was like, wait a minute. Cuz I've never looked at Rabsca that close. It's with child. It is equipped with child. Yeah, its Pokedex talks about it. You can't really... You have to really angle the camera to see it in-game. But it also... You can see the baby in its Paldean Fates cards, but it has baby. It is with child. I had no idea. That's fun. What an interesting little design. I think that's super cool. But yeah, there you go. The more you know. Rabsca has baby on board. The new Kangaskhan. The new Kangaskhan. I like Rabsca and R'hllor. People are unnecessarily hostile to R'hllor for some reason. Yeah, it says, according to the Pokedex, Rabsca's ball contains an infant. This appears to be a reference to dung beetles and sub-scarab beetles laying their eggs in a ball of dung to incubate them and feed the hatching larva. Go, my scarab. Yeah, those do contradict each other. That's how weird. Also, I didn't even realize that Rabsca, it's Ra, the sun god. It's literally Ra and Scarab. Go, my Egyptian god, the winged dragon of Ra. It's little details like that that make Pokemon more memorable and interesting, you know what I mean? It's also Bug Psychic, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I honestly think they went for more interesting typings in Gen 9. Legit. Let's see, Tandemaus, Mousehold, those are phenomenal Pokemon. I like Dashbun, I like Smoliv, I like Squawkabilly. Garganacl's line is great. Charcadet, Ceruledge, Armarouge, good. Tadbulb and Bellibolt are like whatever. Who's the worst Gen 9 Pokemon, chat? Why is it Mabosstiff? Oh, man. Why is Vivillon on here? That is definitely not a Gen 9 Pokemon, Google. The electric frog is the worst? Are you talking Belly or Tadbulb? Viv is my favorite. Not clogged with regionals. Yeah, I actually don't mind them only having, like, Paldean Wooper and, like, Wiglet. Doot 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 doot. Cloth is kind of a weird, I don't know if I love it type Pokemon. I don't know that we needed another crab. A lot of my problems with some of these Pokemon are just, they feel redundant to me. Like, did we need, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dog Pokemon in one gen? Like, we couldn't have just had Greavard and Houndstone and Dashbun and Fido and called it a day? And eliminated Mashtief and Mastiff because they're so ugly. They're so ugly. Disgusting Pokemon. You think they make too many fighting types? You also said fire types are overrated, Tyler, so I don't know if I I don't know if I can accept this. I do agree though. There are, especially like, no more fighting starters, please. It is not that interesting of a type. I mean, I'll be honest, them making Mastiff so ugly kind of removed me from Arvin's story a little bit. I mean, I was never gonna be like, his heckin' doggo Pupperino is sick, I'm gonna cry. This heckin' doggo Pupperino that looks like a old man. When's the last time? Well, I guess Brigatito's a cat. It's raining cats and dogs. They'll never be able- they already made the perfect, like, dog Pokemon, and that was Arcanine. They did that back in Gen 1. They've never made a better one than Arcanine. Or Arcanine. For some of y'all out there. I mean, Houndoom is a good one. Houndoom is a good one. That's true. That's fair. I don't like it as- I mean, Arcanine is just an all-timer. I like to pretend Hisui Arcanine doesn't exist. Ugly as shit. Its shiny almost fixes the awful color palette it has, but it's not enough. Didn't PLA had an Arcanine that died? They loved using the emotional manipulation dog dying device lately. Yeah, that's what I've always loved about Arcanine. It has like tiger stripes. It's almost like a fusion. Hisui Arcanine vanished real quick from VGC after Incineroar came back. That cat can't be stopped. You would fix up Manectric, Lillipup, and Yamper? It should have been like Fire Dragon. Why they were like, let's do Volcanic Ash and give it gross gray color on. Ugh. Dreadful form. And they made Growlithe more cutesy, which is kind of a barf. My least favorite regional form? I mean, PLA has quite a few for me to choose from. I think Avalug's is criminally bad. Raticate and Rattatas are really bad. I don't like Geodudes, Alolan form, the whole line. Galarian Mr. Mime is disgusting. What else? What are some other bad ones? Yeah, Galarian Wheezing is like... I love how they made it like fairy purifying. As if that makes any sense at all. It's like, instead of spreading pollution, it spreads good. Why, though? Why? What are you talking about? We can't have pollution in a Pokemon game anymore? It has to spread, like, positive fairy gas? Yeah, Runerigus would probably go on my bottom tier. I think they absolutely wasted a form on Cofagrigus. Completely pales in comparison to the original. And then they paired it with that stupid as hell evolution method. What is there to like about Runerigus? Yuck. It's boring stones. It's nothing burger moveset in stats. Completely forgettable form. Farigiraf is just an evolution though. I don't think Farigiraf does it count? I do like Farigiraf though. I would agree that Farigiraf is good. Yeah, I don't think Hisui Braviary is anything really special. Alfregrigus is one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. It's probably high up on the list in general. It's an awesome Pokemon. It's got such a good color scheme, and then it's got a great shiny. Ghost Pokemon almost never miss, so... Ghost is a very solid type. I think the original Alolan forms have the most stinkers of them all. I'm not the biggest fan of Alolan Executor. It's so often used as like, haha, funny, it's so tall. Like, I don't hate it, but it's not one of my all-time faves. It's definitely not one of my all-time favorites. What ghost Pokemon miss? Jellicent. I am looking up a list. Because I can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, Jellicent. And before, Jellicent is actually awesome. Frillish is actually the coolest Pokemon of all time. Oh, Barraskewda's a perfect Pokemon. 10 out of 10. Huge fan. Let me look through the list here. Oricorio. Sure, sure. Man, Gen 9 has some exquisite ghost Pokemon. Gimmighoul, Golden Go, Annihilate, Poundstone, Greavard, Brambleghast, Fluttermane. Yeah, Poltergeist and Sinistcha are not my favorites. How do you hate Pumpkaboo? Pumpkaboo is such a fun, whimsical Pokemon. Like, Gourgeist, fine, whatever, but like, Pumpkaboo itself is so delightful, and it's such a great companion with Phantom. Least favorite ghost type, Dawnwing's Necrozma. Dawnwing's Necrozma. I'm almost not even joking. That is such an ugly form. Ugh. I know, Tyler. Just just complete, ugly, gross, awful designs. Jealous, it looks like King Bomb. Yeah, most of these Pokemon are great. There's a few that I don't personally love. I'm not Dragapult's biggest fan. I think Dracloak is equally kind of silly. Runerigus, as I just discussed. But most of these are good. I like Spectrier a lot. Lunala's great. Delmai's awesome. Blacephalon, good. I always forget that Hoopa's typing always baffles me. I always forget what Hoopa's typing is, TBH. Do most people hate Gen 7? I feel like it's a mixed bag. Some people either really love them and some people seem to really hate them. I'm in the middle somewhere. I prefer Sun and Moon, though, to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Like, by a country mile. The Necrozma forms in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are great contenders for some of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. You like them? They're just long-winded and taxing. Yeah, it's definitely not a gen that you can just pick up and play whenever you want. You kind of have to go through the motions to play through Gen 7 again. I saw them promoting, Pogo promoting, like, a Lana costume. And it's like, their models are so stilted and ugly. I saw a tweet that was like, every costume in this game looks like they put a normal Pokemon character model over a rig of Solid Snake. Just ungodly looking. Pokemon has always had such stylistic humans and art design, and to see that, it's just like, wow. Somebody said, gun to my head, if you asked me what my least favorite Pokemon, my least favorite character from Pokemon in its entirety, it's her. Of all characters, Lana? I don't think I see a single positive response in here. And yet all these people still play. Very funny. Okay, somebody said, OMG, need. I'm literally her. Yeah, Wishy-Washy stinks. The model in this video looks like it's on the verge of shitting itself, but it has to get to the bathroom, so it's holding it in. I'm not even gonna say anything. Somebody just said I'm not even gonna say anything. This is Logic and Trick from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I don't know, I wish we could do like a hard break on like fish Pokemon unless they're gonna come out with like another Dondozo. Dondozo, the game-crashing legsity fish. I love that its whiskers still T-pose. That always gets me. Fish Pokemon that aren't water type? I mean, sure, anything different. They just constantly just make water fish over and over and over and over again. That's why I liked Dawn, because it had a little gimmick with Tatsugiri, and it's also huge, which is fun. Most fish Pokemon are all, like, the same size. Not much going on with them. Oh, man. This has been a long way. The 2200. The blobfish. That's the thing, chat. I just want more fantasy in my fiction franchise. They often are just vague. Like Arracuda and Barraskewda, like they tried to give Barraskewda like a little French mustache, and it's just I want sillier. I want sillier, more fiction, more. It's a monster franchise. Make them more monstrous. Give it 4 eyes. Give it like an extra fin. The Snorlax of the sea. There has been a little bit of merch news the past few days. The next Pokemon model kit is Scizor, which is fun. They've usually just made, like, starters or legendaries, so it's nice to see Scizor. And then Sané announced Charcadet, Ceruledge, Armarouge, Pawmot, Knackley, and Citadel plushies, which is fun. They've been doing more reveals of some of the Gen 6 sitting cuties, which is fun. Yeah, the blobfish looks like that because of pressurization from being brought up from the deep ocean. Their original forms are not... They just kind of look like fish. Yeah, you too would probably look like that if you were brought up from the very deep ocean too quickly. Imagine goofing around in the deep, deep ocean that can pressurize and turn you into a marinara sauce in 1 second. Yeah, Dondozo's a very large Pokemon. I saw somebody post like an image of all the sizes of like Gen 9 Pokemon, and Don's a real big fella. Which is large in the games, but you're not getting its, like, true scale, of course. Honestly, if Pokemon makes another fish, it'll probably be that, like, fish fossil that the Japanese made about 5 billion memes of. Tyler, do you remember do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a little fish fossil thing that had a funny face. And they loved that over there. I'm gonna time how long these checks take. I would love another shark Pokemon. This. I can't even say it. This thing. It is an extinct prehistoric jawless fish. This is such a good song. Yeah, they loved that little fish fella. Alright, from when I turn the console on... or when I turn it off, it takes about 40-ish seconds per reset. Well, actually longer because I have to see Darkrai when I turn off the game. So it's about like almost a minute per check. I still miss the, there was a shark Pokemon in the beta of Gen 1 that was pretty cool that I'm sad doesn't exist. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Sharpedo. Sharpedo's such a strange, like, they just chopped it off. The guy that was hiding in a sheepskin. There were some really weird ones in there, weren't there? There were some real freaks that they cut and didn't give us. The tiger cub that was yellow is an unfortunate loss. That was a pretty cute Pokemon. I don't know. It's a real good question. Why a lot of those Pokemon were on the chopping block. And have seemingly, like, will never return ever. It's not one of those things where it's like, and this character's beta design in the show came back and was reinvented into a new thing. I don't think they've ever done that. Maybe there's like one or two instances of something like that, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Go away. So many gnats around lately. It's definitely June. The cast off the Digimon. Digimon has its own fair share of absolute dog shit designs. Alright, 10 more, chat. I'm like falling asleep over here. I'm like falling asleep right now. Lol, so random. XD. First four figures have announced an upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog Movie 2 Sonic Mountain Chase figure. Okay. Sure. Do people really buy those movie Sonic statues? First four figures keeps pumping out like Banjo, like extremely niche, like Banjo-Kazooie, like Banjo is like B Banjo. Or whatever. Is it a termite? Some sort of insect. And it's like, this is such a niche, like... This This is such a very niche product. How many people are really buying this? Like, I know people love Banjo, but like, do people want to spend like a couple $100 on Banjo as an insect? I'm gonna look it up now. How much is it? First, 4 figures. I've not really liked anything they've come out with lately. They have an Isabelle statue that's like extremely plain. Also, their shit is extremely overpriced now. Pumpkin Banjo, $269.99, and you do not get free shipping from them. In fact, you usually have to pay around like $30 for shipping. I don't know. Are there like tons of people out here spending almost probably $300 on Pumpkin Banjo? This is the one. Yeah, it's a termite. Ugh. I'm sorry, but that's like gross. I don't like that one bit. That's not even out yet. It's in pre-order. Quarter 2 2025 for almost $300. Ooh. Their original Zelda statues were goated. I wish I had one, Justin. They're just not the same anymore. Yeah, I don't know about Termite Banjo. That's, Oh, the Twilight Princess Ganondorf. I think of like their earlier stuff from like Ocarina era. I want to say they made like Darunia. My favorite Zelda character, Darunia. And several different Tunic Links. Holy shit. You can buy Breath of the Wild Link on horseback for $724. Wow. That's a lot of money. Yeah, Darunia's on here. See, Darunia was 200. Back in the day, their statues used to be like 1 to 200 at most, and now you're gonna be paying like $700. I'm glad they got clowned on for that, Justin. That Sheikah slate for $500. What a joke. They're actually like clowns for that. I think their Pokemon statues are all basic and overpriced too. I remember as a kid, because they've been around for a while, back when their first Zelda statues were out, thinking like, wow, what if they made Pokemon? Well, baby Silver, you're not, they're not impressive. They are not impressive. Some favorite GK statues though. Look, once I realized that you could get really nice resin statues from places like that, a lot of what First Four Figures had to offer was done. Yeah, and again, you don't get free shipping with First Four Figures, so if you buy from them, you're gonna have to pay like 30 bucks to get it shipped from China to you. They've gotten so popular though that you can buy a lot of their statues on like Amazon and from GameStop, so... They've also, like, quadrupled in size. Like, some of their recent Sonic statues are humongous to the point where it's like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm really sad I missed out on their original run Shadow. I would have loved that. Like, they have a Shadow statue for sale now, but it's like $50,000 and humongous. Where am I gonna put that? Life-size Sonic statue in the mansion. Somebody out there probably has all their Sonic statues. I have one from a long time ago. Back when it was like $150. Alright. If you had one shot, chat. 2200. Is this the Darkrai of legend? Is this the Darkrai the prophecy foretold of? No, it is not. Ugh, I was like slumped. It is definitely not. Well, it'd be like that. Whoops, I did not mean to enter the game again. It really be like that, chat. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. I appreciate it. What I'm gonna stream until I'm back with Oraz, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep doing more Darkrai. We do have the Outbreak event later this week. But we'll see. But yeah, thanks for all the follows tonight, everybody. Thanks for the raids. Shout out to the YouTube viewers, the VOD watchers. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, we'll be back with more shiny hunting, probably. Good night, everybody. Bye.